Welcome back to Divine Fusion 101. Today, I want to talk about vulnerability, the depth of vulnerability. And I know from having many conversations with people that when many people hear the word vulnerability, they think of fragile, weak, and but those aren't the only qualities of vulnerability. You know, it's not just about being susceptible, but being open to receiving and and all the things that are possible when you explore the depth of your own vulnerability and what a being is capable of when they dive into that part of themselves. And and there's something about being vulnerable that is very distasteful to many human beings. And I could see why, you know what I'm saying? Because when you are vulnerable with yourself, you leave yourself open. You leave yourself open to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like a pretty little flower. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can come crush this flower. Anybody can come pick it up and take it away and go do anything they want with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? It's open to receiving everything and anything in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to be vulnerable. That's what it means to be feminine. It's to bask in that vulnerability, to understand that, to nurture that vulnerability within inside yourself, and because there's a lot of things that come with that when you're so open and you're so open and willing to receive. You know what I'm saying? Then you start recognizing all the places that you have to set your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because when you open up, everything's gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? You're not chasing no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not creating. You're attracting. You're attracting. You're nurturing yourself. You're loving yourself. You're being grateful. You're being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And when you are being vulnerable with yourself, you open yourself up to everything that you've ever been through. And that's like there's so many layers to every human being, and the depths of their vulnerability and the layers of their vulnerability. And some states of consciousness and some states of being aren't even um, accessible until you tap into the part of yourself that created that state of being in the first place via trauma or some type of crazy experience that created some trigger. You know what I'm saying? That lock that experience somewhere in your subconscious, and being vulnerable allows you to access those states of being again, and experience those parts of yourself that you shunned away for whatever reason, and to bring back into the light, into divine light, and and uh, and accept them as a part of yourself. And only being vulnerable with yourself is the way to do that. Literally, you know, that's the power of vulnerability. Nobody likes to be weak, but there's something that comes with it, and it's the greatest power. It's the greatest strength in the world when you allow yourself to be weak, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, and you accept that. You accept what comes with that. You accept who you are, and you accept that you have to set your fucking boundaries as well, because you know somebody gonna fucking try to play with you because you're vulnerable, because you're soft on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sensitive, because you allow yourself to be that way, and that's okay. That's beautiful, and that doesn't mean you have to allow somebody to come step on you. You know what I'm saying? That's where masculinity comes in. That's where true strength comes in. You know what I'm saying? Being able to protect yourself as you're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Setting your boundaries. That's balance. You know what I'm saying? But the depth of vulnerability. How could you ever know who you really are if you don't dive into yourself and allow yourself to be vulnerable? You know what I'm saying? How long have you been holding up a big masculine, big strong, tough ass facade? You know what I'm saying? To protect yourself from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Are you that afraid to be hurt that you can't be soft on yourself? Yeah, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But there will come a point in time where you're gonna be like, man, I deserve to be a little bit more sensitive with myself, be a little bit more soft with myself. Because why not? I mean, what kind of hell have you been through? Now that's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to heal all that and explore your vulnerability, the depth of yourself, and that is a beautiful thing. And don't ever take that away from yourself, no matter what you've been through. And it's of course it's gonna be hard because it's scary. It's a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? To know that somebody might do this to you, might do that to you. And that's where the strength comes from. To be bold, to be brave, as the sensitive, um, vulnerable being that you have the opportunity to express, just as well as you expressing your masculine side. It's okay to be vulnerable, and that's one of the one of the ways to heal. One of the only ways to heal is to truly accept that about yourself. That we all have that capability.